Hello guys, Susanna is down here. Well, I am super excited about this month's pack, and it is so cute, and it's a baby bunny, so I'm just going to be unloading a kit. I've got my bits and pieces set up here. It is so cute. It comes with the pattern. This is the original one. It didn't quite go over, like for some reason when I put it on the printer, but it doesn't really matter because it's just giving you an idea what I want to do with it. So you don't really use that, you use something else. So now if there is only one pattern that you buy or one kit that you buy this year in my block of the month kit, this is the one to get, because I mean it's going to be a bit more expensive, but it is chockers. It comes with so much. It comes with everything that you need to make it. I've just got to include, this is for the bunny. Now I have used a vintage linen pillowcase, and I was initially going to use this fabric, but because it's basically, it's like blue, and look at the colors, it's so pretty, blue and like that base, I just thought if I added a bunny on top of this, it would just, yeah, I'm still going to use this. I'm going to use this for the cheek area, but I just thought I wanted to use a white, like have a white bunny. I mean, you'll probably be able to see through it, but I tried to get a thick linen, and I've got some linen bed, so what is it, a pillowcase, like a vintage linen pillowcase. So I'm going to be adding this to the kit now too. So what you get is you get all the strips, because we're going to be making, that's what I'll be showing you today. In the kit you get all the strips to make your design. And the reason why I'm pulling apart a kit is because some of them get this type of background fabric, which is a vintage napkin in this beautiful background fabric, and some of them get this type. Where are we? And there's only one other one. I thought I'll grab this one. It was a really big one and I cut it in half. So some of them have marks and stuff on it, but it doesn't matter. So you either have it in this style or that style, and it doesn't matter too much because you will only see the background through this lace bit. So yeah, if you really like your piece of you know, this, and you just want to use another background fabric, that's okay too. So that's why I thought I'd show you. So everyone gets a vintage doily. Actually, I might put that underneath and tuck that in there. So vintage doily, that's for the body of the rabbit. That is for the eye, the ear, the cheek and the eye. So that'll go in there. So I've got to add all of those to the kit yet because I had to decide. And then you get a flow of fabrics. This is one off, like this was a vintage linen top. Same with that was a vintage, like this stuff is vintage, or I got stuff from the thrift shop. You know, that's a one-off, that's a one-off, that's a one-off. Like once this kit is, I've only got 18 kits, so first in, best dressed. I still got a little bit extra of that, and this, and this. That's a one-off piece. I still have more of that, and I still have more of that. So there's about 3 or 4 pieces. This is a new fabric, and so is that, but all the rest are vintage. So including the doily that's underneath, and the ear is from this beautiful seersucker vintage fabric. Even the cheek is vintage fabric. Yeah. So I've only got, like for the eye, it's a black. This was new. It just went really well with it. So I wanted, you always got to have plain. This is a seersucker as well, but that's vintage. This is beautiful, this is beautiful. And then this is, I thought that would be really nice in it with some texture. It's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. This is from a old curtain, and then this, I had a massive big roll of this really light soft vintage blue, like you can probably just see it against the white. And then bits and pieces. So this is the flower that we'll be using, and there's a butterfly in there and something else. And I had a whole heap of these paper flowers. So every kit gets, I think, about 5 of them, and I'm going to incorporate that in as well. So it's a really big kit. So but it's going to be well worth it when you see what I do with it. Okay, I'll put that in there. And unlike the other ones, the postage will be a little bit higher, because as you can see, it's going to have to be a parcel, not a letter. So postage to overseas, maybe about $21. I don't know, like it, but it will be worth it, because it's just going to be gorgeous. So I'm being inspired by Alison Waitley or Waiterly, whatever it is, on Instagram. She does this sort of stuff, and I thought, you know, I haven't, in my kits, I haven't always got a background. So I thought this way we can make our own. So what I'm going to do is I've got to actually, where's my pieces? Here we go. Oop. Stuff falling everywhere. Now these are the size of the pieces that I'm using, so I've got to incorporate mine to be this size. So how is that going to work? See, this is, I mean, I've got enough fabric here, and this is the layout that I'm going to do it, and you sort of sew it on to cover the whole lot. But as I'm only doing one this size, I'm going to have to probably get really thin bits. So you've probably got enough of the fabric, and I've given myself the leftover bits. So what you'll be getting in your kit is probably longer pieces, better pieces. But I thought, because I'm just going to have that still the same fabric, but the leftover pieces. So I may, actually I might use that. Okay, so this will be, I've even incorporated whatever leftover bits because every month I usually make a tag as well. So there's enough there that if you use the complete width of it, you can cover your whole napkin that you've got. So I just have to have mine a little bit differently because I've got to incorporate it. I mean, I could probably keep that, but I don't know. I don't know. You can't keep everything, can you? So this will be perfect base for the tag. And then while I'm here, I can feel the heat of the, where's my ink? There it is. I might go brown. Actually, sorry, I should have been a lot more organised than I am now. Okay, I'm going to be back. Hang on. Okay, back again. I just remembered too, I needed, for this part, I'm going to put wadding in between all, because this is going to be a book. So I'm going to put wadding in between all of my pages. And this one in particular, you will need to have the wadding, and you just make it a little bit bigger. I was actually thinking, I wonder if I should put something pretty underneath their leftover piece. So I just cut the wadding the same size as that. Wonder if that looks nice. Yeah, quite like that. So got that. Probably have enough to make 2 of these. And then just going to stick that on. No, I think I need more glue. Just in case, I mean, you may not see that behind that, but it all depends what I decide to do, because I quite like it and it probably would be nice to keep some of that. Okay, now what I'm doing here is, okay, pick the wrong side and the right side. That's the right side. So I'm going to get my bunny, and the reason why I'm just showing you this now, put that on there. The stuff falls apart, like the paper, it falls apart on me, which is really annoying. So what you do with the pattern is you get your heat and bond, and you trace around the pattern with your heat and bond. That's why I've got that the opposite way, because when you turn it around it's going to be the right way on your actual pattern. So I'm just putting the bunny on there, and I'm just going to iron that so that I've got the stays on. This I'm preparing stays on because we want it to stay on. I think it might be running out. This is for the tag that I'm going to make. We always do a tag, and I thought it'd be really nice to have a little bunny. Okay. Should be enough left on here for me to, and I've got the stays on because I want it to stay on, and I'll probably iron it in as well. So, oh, that didn't work too bad. Cool. So we'll iron that so that stays in there, and that's going to be on my tag, because I'm probably going to do a mini version of what I'm going to do here on my tag, which will be really cute, because I'm going to, as you know, it's going to have the wadding in between, and it's going to be a book, and so there's going to be one page that's got nothing in there, and that's where I put all my tags. Okay, so put that over there, and we'll start working. So let's put this aside. So what I want to do, actually, I just want to do this so I've got a bit of a guide of how big the bunny's going to be on the thing. So I'm doing this. So what we'll get done today, I'm not sure how long the video is going to be. I'll stop in between. I'm going to, this you've got to do work on your machine. So I'll work on my machine in between. It's only just there, ready to go. I've got a swivel chair, so that's all good. Okay, take that off. There we go. Here's my little bunny. So I'll just have there, and that's all we got left over of that. Okay, so So when you know, you take off, that's the front of the bunny, that you take it off, it's going to be that side. So okay, now I've worked on, okay, so cut that bit off, there, give it a bit of an iron. You don't need to do it if you don't want to. And figure out what's the right side and what's the wrong side. I think that might be the right side. So it's almost a pain that it's got that part there. I might just have to sew over it, or just go all the way up to there at this one and keep that in the corner. It's up to you, because not all of them have got this. Now next to that is going to be this piece. Your pieces here haven't got, it goes to show that it is vintage, and it's stuff that I've pulled apart using every last piece. And some of these pieces will be different because I've used you know, it's from a garment, a vintage garment. It looks like Amy Butler fabric, that's why I really love it. So I might, don't need it quite as big, probably just going to cut half of it. Okay, I really like that piece in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew these together on the machine just with the straight stitch, and then I'll iron that over. So it's sort of, this is sort of almost doing the quilting. I don't need that piece there. I think I'm going to just do it all over. Just, even though that piece is there, you might be able to see the texture of it underneath. And I don't mind that it's, in a way, part of me wants to do it a little bit crooked, if you know what I mean. I really do love this fabric, so I want a fair bit of it. Okay, because it's a really nice colour. So I might even sew that on a bit of an angle. So, okay, so you just go on the machine, sew that down, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm still here. I just thought I'd, you know, sew as I go. Just fast forward this bit. Still you guys. And I'm not bothering to, and see, I like that it's crooked because I want it to be not, you know, like have a bit of a texture and pattern to it. So what we do is we get the iron and iron that over. And we've got a little pattern already emerging. I really love this colour. Okay, cut this off. It's pretty bland, so I won't keep that, but you could probably keep that for part of your tag. And then we get the next bit. See, I really quite like how it's not straight. Now I really love this. love this, particularly the green. Okay, I'm going to give my things a bit of an iron because I want to get as much of that green as I possibly can. Now this is probably where you're going to see some of the stitching. Okay, I like that it's on a bit of an angle. Okay, so I'll pause it and I'll be back. Pause, unpause. See, it's got a bit of a curve. You got to realise when we're going to be stitching, we're going to do some real, this is going to be a real slow stitch background. Now we've got to decide how much of this we want to see, because I've got to remember we have got that to still put on, that to still put on, that, I love that, and then at the very end that. That's why I wanted to, you know, be able to see that. So I may choose just to keep it up to here. This might even be used as tag part. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, but just the choice you have to make. Now, I mean, this is the sequence of colours I've chosen, and when you get the kit, they come out in that sequence, but you can have it whichever way you want. So here we go. We just got, you need plain. You always need plain. That's the secret to good quilting, is you get plain fabric. Now I might even do a straight stitch with this one, just to straighten it up a bit. Okay, not too long. Someone's mowing in the background. Okay, there we go. Probably cut some of the excess of that off. You don't want that bulking up the bottom. Be careful, you don't want to cut your background fabric. Then so you're still getting a bit of that come across straight, and even though I might go over that, I'll probably just leave that there. Like, even I might even just have it up to there, but I'll leave it. Now I wanted some gingham, and I really like the pop of red that's in there, because we're going to be having some flowers, so I might, okay, we'll have that there, put that down the bottom. So I just cut strips off, you know, as you can see, got quite a bit of that left, quite a bit of that left, quite a bit of that left. So this is going to be, oh yeah, and that, so you've got enough almost to do two. This is going to be just sort of put on the top, ruched in and all that kind of stuff. So okay, that can go there. Now sew that on. So you might sew that in a bit further. This might be a tad crooked, so once again I'm going to cut any bulkiness off. And that's the beauty of slow stitching. It doesn't matter if you cook it or whatever you do, it's all good. Love it. Now, okay. Yeah, the only thing in my head was with these little strawberries and cherries on it. So it's got a sort of a real 60s vibe. Now, am I going to do this next? So you can tell this is vintage. It's actually a little bit dirty, which is not good, but that's the bit that I've got. That's what I'm saying. I always got the bits that aren't that good for myself. I might cut it in half. We want a small little bit of that. Now I don't know whether I was going to do that. Now this, isn't that awesome? I love it. Needs to, like, I've got that's how it goes on the end, because it's texture. Beautiful chenille, vintage chenille bedspread, or two pillowcases that I was lucky enough to receive of this awesome lady. Okay, I'm gonna do that there, and I might move it over there so it's that width. Be straight on that end. Get as much of the little things as I can. I only need small bits, so like if your bits are wider, I'm just making it suit my project. You can make this into a wall hanging and you have it to suit your project. So this is a quilt-as-you-go method as well, so don't have as much of that left. It was real minimal. I only had a small piece of fabric of this, so I had to sort of divide it between 18. Once again, you can keep that. And I'm going to cut this. I mean, if you're more organised than I am, you can probably have it put it exactly, but the width is there to make it bigger, like wider pieces. Okay. Yeah, so if you're ever doing a quilt-as-you-go method, this is the way to do it. Oh, it looks so pretty. Love it. Now, this is going to be one of my favourite bits, and I'm going to put the long width. It's going to be a bit tricky to sew, so I might even pin that. A bit, because it's bulky. Anything worth having is you know, that's a little bit tricky. It's still worth having because it's just so awesome. Now I might pause this because it might take me a little bit. Okay, unpause it. I've sewn it on and I'm really running out of space, so what I'm going to do is probably needed to go in a little closer, so I may need more glue from a glue stick. Rather than doing that, I'll just what I might do is, where's my glue? Is maybe do a shot of glue all the way down, so when I fold it over it'll at least stay down. I want it to go in. There we go. We'll do some stitching on that anyway. That'll be stitched down in the slow stitch style. Sometimes you just got to work with certain things. Okay, now this last bit, I love it, so textural, will be tricky as well. Got a little piece here, cut that off. This is a vintage piece, so you've got quite a bit of that one. And mine is actually quite thin compared to the ones in the kits. So now this, I'm going to wondering if I could iron these so they just sort of sit over a little bit to make it a little bit easier for me to sew in the meantime. Okay, now got all dangly bits on it. That is the wrong side, I think. Yes, I've got to make sure you put the wrong side together. And like the other one, I will pin that, and probably I might pin it to where I would like it to be sewn. So I'll go in a bit because we want to still see some of this, and I'm running out of room. And I will cut off any excess. You can tell it's lace. Look. Okay. Do another one. Okay. Now I'll pause that again and then I'll be back. Okay. Back again. I've gone as close as I can, and I want to cut this as close to the sewing part as I can, because you will see that just have to be really careful that you don't sew the bottom base. Okay. There we go. Take it to the iron. It's only a little piece, but that is what works on mine. Okay. Now, what I would probably recommend you do is to go around and sew it around all the edge. We've got to cut this to the right size, but we don't want the edge might even cut this to here, so we've got a bit more of an idea of what we've got dealing with here. Okay. And then I'll just quickly sew around the edge just while we're working on it, and then I'll be back, and the last thing I'm going to do is we're going to place the bunny, and you can get a bit of an idea. That's why I wanted this over here, and I'll just iron that on, and then I'll show you what we're going to do in the next one, because it's already 34 minutes. Okay, before you glue it on, it might pay to just get a pencil and go along here, and then it marks it here, because that's where you're going to place your bits and pieces. Okay, now just very lightly the eye. Probably wouldn't even hurt while you're there, because it is white, to do some of these lines as well, because these are going to be your marks that you use on the body. You're going to be okay. Okay, that should be enough. So you've got a bit of an idea of where it's going. There we go. Now, okay, then I've taken the paper off. That's why it made that sticky sound. Might give this a bit of an iron. Love that. Love it. It's going to be such a cute little page. Okay, I'm going to put it over as far as it can go against there, because we need to get the flower and all that kind of stuff in. So this is the bit that you're going to get up to in this video, and in the next one is where we are going to be starting doing some stitching and all that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I'm going to iron these pieces on, like that's the eye, that's the cheek, that's the ear. Hang 10, I'll just quickly pause it again. 37, it's quite a while. Back again. So so you've got enough, like here, here and here and here. There's enough, you could make 2. So those bits are the bits that you cut out, and then there's enough to do even another one if you wanted. Yeah, I think this bit is not as long because I had to sort of squeeze it in. So I'm going to be putting that there, the eye there, and sort of got a little bit of character already before we even start stitching. At least the little bits and pieces are there. Oh, I like that. It's a little white bunny. So cute. Okay, so that's what we're up to in this one. In the next one, I'll be like, we're going to be doing stitches along here. Now this is where these things come in handy. I've got all in your kit. You've got these. You know, I've got some of these which I may be utilising. I've got, see, they were quite broken, but the ones that are in your kits are not. These were the last lots of this, quite thick. So everyone gets these ones. Probably might go over there, but they've all got a butterfly and it's in this beigey colour, so that's probably going to go over there. And then this one here, either this one, haven't cut it out yet, the first video is usually always the longest. So this is from a beautiful vintagey blouse that I had, that had these beautiful bits of this on there, which I'm going to stick here, so it looks like it's smelling that there. I think it will go that way. Or everyone gets one of these, and they got, it's that with these, and that actually looks a lot like the shape of that. So we'll see. I'll see what I'm going to do in the next one. So you've got your bits and pieces, and then these are the leaves, which we'll be cutting off as well. So it might even be use that as the shape of the flower. I don't know, because it's not going to go to waste. That one might go underneath there. That may go here. Put it that way. You're going to have their stems. Have a little butterfly maybe there. Extra flowers, and you can even utilize this little piece here. I'll be cutting that out. That might even go in the center of some of the paper ones. So that's something that we do at the end anyway, but that's what these little kit part here in that little plastic bag is for. Bits and pieces we're going to use for that. So I will catch you in the next one. But yeah, really love this technique. It's so pretty. Hopefully you saw that. How cute is that? Little cute little bunny. And yes, you can see the fabric underneath, but we're going to be doing some stitching, and that's why I wanted to bring some of that in there, because I might do a sort of like a light creamy beigey color on the skin, because white bunnies are never fully white. So okay guys, have fun. Just remember, only 18 kits available. Once they're gone, they're gone. But once, like with the others, once all the kits are sold, I'll have the pattern on PDF, and you can buy the PDF. But I usually sell the kits first, so just to be fair to people who bought the kit. Okay, no worries guys, thank you very much. I really love this one, and it's so cute. It would make a great little birth sampler or something like that for a baby. It's just so cute, and then a really great technique to do with plenty of other projects that you might have in mind. Love the tactile feel of that. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.